So on the way to Alice Springs, we had a look at the map and found a shortcut. Well, like a shortcut that was going to save us about 300 kilometres on corrugations. This was an 80-kilometre track through Finke River Gorge National Park, and we thought, right, great. It did say experienced four-wheel drive only, but we thought, that's us, we can do that. So it was about 3:30 in the afternoon, 80 kilometres to go. We thought we should get there just in time for camp until it all went horribly wrong.
Yes, the car sort of came to a stop, and as you can see in these photos, the sand was red desert sand, really soft. We're all a little bit disappointed. We were aiming to get there this afternoon. Luckily, I had the exhaust jack. Dante and I became a bit of a professional with the use of this piece of kit. As you can see, the sand is incredibly soft, and I wanted to sort of work out what was ahead of us, whether we continued to go. Seemed okay looking ahead. And so after a few goes, I think this section, it took us about an hour and a half to basically go through and get the car and the trailer out of this section.
At this time, I still thought maybe we're still going to get there in time to have our usual sunset drinks. Still feeling a bit optimistic at this point, but
Expected. You can see by the long shadows that it's getting later in the afternoon. And it's always a novelty a little bit when you first get stuck, and then after a bit, if you're not able to get yourself out of it, it becomes a little bit frustrating, because we knew that we really were keen to get to our campsite.
So on the road again, a few kilometres to get under our belt as it is getting dark. So about a kilometre less than a kilometre up the road, we hit an even softer riverbed, and it was pretty.
Yes, sort of. You can see I've got the headlights on at this stage, so it's almost getting pretty close to sunset, and we hit a wide section of the riverbed, a very wide section of the riverbed, with the sand was softer, a lot softer than what we had experienced before, and the car basically ground to a halt. Not pleasant. I tried to initially see if there was a way of getting out of it, so I had a few goes at trying to get out of the spot, but it really wasn't to be, and we were about to experience a little bit more fun in trying to work out how we were going to get out of this section of the run.
At this point, I think most people were starting to feel, this isn't so much fun anymore. And you start to wonder, what are we going to do in this situation? It's getting dark, very soft riverbed, and it was going to be a long process. We worked that out pretty quickly, because we could only ever move a few feet at a time and then end up getting even further stuck. So we knew we were in for a long night.
And so what we had to do, after a lot of back and forth, we unhooked the trailer. The car itself, without the trailer attached, could actually drive out. We dropped the tyre pressure right down, and the car was able to drive out. It was really trying to pull the trailer out. It was pretty challenging. The only way to sort it out was we had to basically unhook the trailer and then empty the trailer out fully, which we did. And then by doing that, we were able to slowly pull the trailer out and bring the trailer up on the high bank. This is back to really the spot that we came from before. And then once we'd done that, we'd go back and we'd ferry all the gear that we'd unloaded onto the riverbed, and we'd bring it back. This process took a few hours. We got stuck to when we'd eventually stopped, and we looked at it and said, well, looks like a perfect spot for a campsite.